Hey guys, I want to talk about the difference between a guru and an entrepreneur, a guru and a true business person. And I come from this from let's not call it jealousy point of view, but a point that I understand why business people, bankers, entrepreneurs are always jealous of gurus, social media gurus and marketers. So I'm going to use them into play here today, right? So an entrepreneur, again, is a business person who actually works or struggles day and night to work. On the other hand, a guru just gives you financial advice. So people like coaches are gurus. The people that give you life lessons are gurus. People that teach you about marketing are gurus. People that sell you the shovel and tell you, yeah, this is how to work is a guru. Because they don't have to prove to your lecturer is a guru. Because they don't have to prove to you that they've done it. Most lecturers just haven't done anything ever, but they can tell you how to do it. Compare that then to people who've actually done it. Those are the two different things. And now you can see already the jealousy starting to be there, right? So if you're doing the work, and then so I can tell you my video is like, I don't know how it's going to do, but again, saying I'm not, actually I'm jealous, but say I'm not jealous, put the jealousy aside, okay? This video is possibly going to do what, 500? We'll see it when it gets bigger, okay? Right now, we've launched about 6 months, and I do these videos for my customers. So I talk, when I have a break like this, I take a break in my office and I just talk to my customers, okay? And I'll continue to do this no matter how big we get. But the point is we do this, and then guess what? We'll get 500, 600 cost views, which is good. Across our platform, social media, we get about 2,000, 2005, which is very, very good for a bank. We're a fintech app with a ring. So our ring, again, I'm the CEO of Monesave. Monesave is a group savings app, which is a fintech app. We do rings. So we issue payment rings to individuals. So if you're if you're an individual, me and you, we can tap to pay with no need for our phones. If you are a business, you have a business, you can tap to pay with this and you receive money into your business. So we do everything on your business where you have your bank on your ring or you have your POS terminal as a ring. So it's interesting. It's cool. But the point is, before this, I worked in banking. And if you're the CEO of a bank, so I can talk, the top banker ever, let's call Jamie Dimon. If Jamie Dimon was going to do let's just say a talk, right? He has to give about 2-3 months notice, okay? If not more. He has to give a notice to say, hey guys, I'm going to have a town hall. Can you guys please attend? He's going to beg. He's going to get the head of departments to beg. He's going to get all the traders to beg. To make sure they all attend that call. And I can tell you that call, if you do well, it's going to be about 500 people attending from the entire bank. If you think I'm lying, just check it out. Just go in and check. Or if you're working banking, let your CEO write, an email and say, hey guys, I'm having a town hall where I'm going to talk about whatever. Good luck. Everyone will just either go on holidays, go on break, or just stay there working. They don't have the time for that. And now compare that to me. And by the way, with me, I think this is very good at 2005. This is good. Like I could tell you, when I used to work in banking, I call a team meeting, you'd be lucky to get a participation rate of 100%. And 100% of a whole team. My team, everybody, developers, the whole all end to end was possibly 200. That's as good as it gets. So imagine getting 200 people. That's impossible in banking. But you go into social media, you get a lot more. My point is at 2005, that's very good. I'm doing better than most CEOs in the bank, which is interesting to think about, right? Because the CEO already, you're commanding billions. You have a lot of experience. You have a lot of information to impart, but people don't listen to that. So obviously, you're going to be jealous when Rich Dad, Poor Dad creates a video about mortgages and then he turns around and it gets hundreds and hundreds of thousands of views or a million views. That's why we get jealous. Just being real. That's why we're jealous, right? Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I don't think he's ever worked in banking. No, not that I know of. Right? I mean, I don't follow him that much, but I've just seen bits and pieces of him, and then, shots and clips and things like that. I think he used to be a copywriter. Now, how do you go from a copywriter to be a banker? I don't know. How you go from a banker to now give advice on gold? I don't know. Again, he's going to claim to be an investor. Okay. But how many years do you think we have to sit in the banking world before we can issue advice like that? And if a banker issues advice like that, how many people are going to watch it? Compare that to Rich Dad, Poor Dad. The other day was talking about universities as well. He's like, oh, the schools don't teach you this. But he didn't go to school himself. If I said that, or if anyone who's gone to school, university said that, then you can understand. But most people who say this didn't go to university themselves. But they've worked harder. That's a mistake people make. They've worked really, really hard to make up for it. right? If you look at it, unfortunately, I've done all the way to master's in Oxford, degree in UCD Ireland, in case you can't tell. Hey, big up to UCD, Belfield, and Oxford. We don't like Cambridge. But again, I did all that, right? Such that I know the difference, right? I know the doors it opened up for me in banking, okay? And I'm not saying people without degrees can't do it. They can do it, but guess what? It's going to be a lot tougher. That's all it is. You can do it, okay? In fact, when I hire people right now, I don't say, hey, where's your degree? Where did you go? But before they get to me, there's that filter, right? And that's the advantage where people miss, or people that listen to Rich Dad Poor Dad miss, okay? In the sense that you have to stay in school, you have to finish up your degree, you have to go in and get a good internship based on your degree. And then from there, when you get in through the door, then you work hard. That's where your journey starts. If you stayed in school, I'm sure you can work hard and do it or work. That's it. You can get a promotion. And then after 2, 3, 4, 5 years, no one looks at your degree anymore. It's outdated already by 5, 6 years. Question is, now look at your experience. But people really hone in and push the fact that you don't need a degree to be successful. No, you do. Like what it teaches you is what you need. I mean, if you've gone to university or you couldn't afford to go to university, then that's a different conversation. But what you don't want to do is drop out of school because you think it's hard work. Life is hard. When you get into the future, it'll be much tougher. But you're still going to do it. You're going to make it. Okay. No, again, life, we overthink this thing. You're going to make it, but you just get an extra boost if you had gone through university. I say that because, again, most of these influencers, they come up with these ideas, right? And people listen to it, and then they make a lot of money, like 100K followers. So that's the point. So people are just jealous, okay? People who work very, very hard are jealous, okay? There's a guy, I think, on LinkedIn the other day who came up and was like, hey, I'm going to teach you how to quit your day job and work on this beach like I'm doing it. This guy is in his 20s and he's teaching people how to work and earn millions while on the beach. The truth is, how many people do that and work and earn on the beach? Impossible. And how is he doing that? And in fact, I looked at this course. This course was 2,000 euros, was in EU. 2,000 euros per course. And I'm looking at my ring. My ring's 100, 150. And I have to sell and sell and sell for 1 or 2 people to do it. Or if you look at anyone who's created a Pizza Hut, if you start up and you create a Pizza Hut, you have to fight and fight and fight to a restaurant just to make 2%, 3%. And this person is sitting on the beach. So it's not disgusting, but it is what it is. Like, it's painful to see if you're working very hard and someone does nothing and flies through it. Yeah. So that's the point, right? People, founders especially, just walk through months, especially business owners. Is worst. I mean, I'm complaining about banking. We still get some margins on there. But I mean, I can tell you, banking, if you go to a bank and the bank says to you, they're going to charge you 2,000-3,000, you're going to walk away from that bank immediately, right? Because you're going to look at it and go, it's cheaper. But then on the other hand, if a guru comes to you and says, here, there's a course for 10,000, you're going to get a private jet, people buy those courses, which makes us jealous. It makes founders jealous. First, you're going to a restaurant, you want to buy food, okay, you go into Tesco's or wherever to buy food, and then it's just this $1 price difference. You walk away based on that $1. Okay, the founder is there feeling bad, especially when they go in, they're like, okay, we just lost a customer. On the other hand, you have, Alex Schmozy or any of these guys who do sales, they just like sell 3, 4, 5,000 courses that way. Yeah, so I'm just going into reasons why business people, entrepreneurs, founders hate gurus and marketers, because these guys just fly through, they get it. It's also about, again, they sell the idea of, I think in my opinion, right, why they do well is they sell the idea of adding zeros to your account or adding some sort of extra cash, which is what people go for. People go for cheap, easy cash. Instead, while on the other hand, founders, business people give you value, which is more painful to understand. It's painful because if you look at it like, okay, look at our app. So our app, you can save as a group, okay, put money aside as a group. And then if you put money aside as a group, you're looking at it. I mean, what if you forget S&P, because S&P 500, you get 5%, 6%, which is still good, okay? For our app, we're not giving anything close to that. It's really horrible. I mean, in fact, you get fees as well for even coming in. Yeah, all we do is say, hey, we're going to a gym. You want to put $5 aside, put $5 aside. Hey, you're going on a holiday next. It's mostly for people going on holidays, by the way, we've noticed. So people who join our app, maybe they want to go on holidays next year. They all want to put money aside. They put money aside. You might get interest on it, but not a lot between now and next year. Compare that now to someone like, a guru. I'm not going to mention any names before they sue me, but allegedly, they go ahead and they tell you that you're going to make money just by buying this crypto or buying this coin or buying this AI. They're always specialists in these things. So they go in and then they buy it and then boom, you say, hey, you're going to be rich. So people spend a lot of money to do that. They spend a lot of money when they look at return to say, there's a potential return of X of my money. They spend that money. On the other hand, business people, we try to give value and we just never get it, right? So one is selling a dream, which people like to buy into, and the other is selling just pure values, what's actually needed. And that's where people think twice and say, do I actually need it? Okay, so that's something, guys, that you can maybe think about. If you're a business owner, think about it and don't feel too bad. Don't feel frustrated. Know that it's just a difference of humanity on how we think, okay? We as humans, we just want the best possible, we want a dream. If someone came to me and say, hey, you can have this Ferrari, just pay me $1,000, I'm going to listen. I mean, I know now not to listen, but I'm going to listen initially. Look at it, and generally, the average person is going to listen. On the other hand, if you say, hey, yes, this Fiat 500 is going to last you for the rest of your life, and it's only $500, but it looks old and rickety, you're not going to look at it. But that's value. That person who built that Fiat, that really old-looking car, put a lot of value into it. A Ferrari is going to break down if you don't start it the next 6 months, it's gone. Yeah? So the point I'm trying to make there is that one is selling the dream. Okay, please understand that people want to sell dreams as much as possible, and that's why people buy into these dreams. Don't feel sorry. Feel sorry for them, but just understand that that's why that's happening. And what's the advice for others who don't want to buy a dream? Okay, so here's one thing I would advise. One is the social media is just too crazy, too short-term these days. I mean, this video, if you last up to 11 minutes, you've done very, very well already. So nowadays, people just want to see flashy edits, flashy this, flashy that, right? So please, guys, don't fall for the flashiness, okay? It's easy to look up people now, okay? You can stop this video, look at the CEO of Monesave. You're going to find out who the CEO of Monesave is, which is me. And then you turn around and look at what I did in the past, which is banking. And then you know that you can buy our rings, okay? Very cheap. You can buy it. Boom. On the other hand, you can go ahead and see maybe pizza store. You could go in and check who's the CEO of this pizza store. You can see who it is and say, okay, has this person worked in a restaurant before? Yes. Okay, then I can buy his food. If you do that for value things, then do that as well for every other thing. If someone comes to you and goes, hey, you're going to make $100, I can teach you how to make $100. As simple, just search and go, this person, look at the name. If the person has no name, just pass on that. No matter what they tell you, you're not going to get it. If someone wakes up to you and goes, hey, I'm not calling any names here. Hey, I can help you. I'm launching my own coin. Okay. Then look at the person. Is this person a banker? No. If the person is a celebrity, then why is the celebrity launching a coin? Don't buy it. That's fraud. If it's either fraud immediately or it's going to be fraud in future. You don't buy coins because of one person. Same thing as well. Someone comes I talked about Rich Dad Poor Dad. Again, I'm not singling him out. Allegedly, he didn't go to university. Allegedly, he was a copywriter, so he just wrote books. Okay. Allegedly, selling you books on what? On mortgages, on gold. It's simple. Look through this person. Did he go to university? No. Do you have to go to university to become a gold trader? Maybe not, but you have to have owned a store. Did he own a store where he bought and sell gold? No. Did he own a refinery? No. Did he own a mine? No. You can tell these things. You can just look up people these days. Someone is a 20-year-old, I'm not going to call them, but a 20-year-old marketer. If someone's a marketer and is 20 years old, what have they done to tell you how to live your life? Especially if you're 50s, 60s, 40s. Even if you're 30, this guy is in his 20s. He hasn't experienced life. Then why is he selling you a course? So guys, please, let's look back at this. Let's not spend money, okay? And there's a course the other day I watched. It came up in my video. That's one of the reasons why I did this, right? Came up on the video and it said, I spent $80,000 on a course, so you don't have to. Just search it. It's on YouTube. I'm not going to mention the person's name. I nearly fell off my chair. I was like, what? I mean, why don't you spend $80,000 on my rings? Why don't you spend $80,000 on our app? I mean, it's going to give value. But this person spent $80,000 on different courses. And he was telling people about the courses and telling them how to make it and the whole lot, which I think it's painful for a business owner. It's painful if you're a business owner and you see that. Compare that to courses that, people value that you're working on. Okay. I'm going to stop there, guys. So please be smart, guys. There's a lot of fraud scammers out there. Look into people, investigate them, and see what they've done previously before you trust them with your money. And it should be small money as well. 150, 250 on the ring, do it. But 10,000 on a course, sorry, just go to university. Take care. See you in the next one.